Have you ever wondered how tornadoes form? Tornadoes can be a spectacle to behold, but they can also be quite deadly. For anybody who's actually been through one or actually seen the damage that they can leave behind in their path, understands that tornadoes are no laughing matter, and they can be highly unpredictable. But have you ever wondered how they form? Well, I'm going to explain that in today's video. Tornadoes form from supercell thunderstorms, which are severe, long-lasting thunderstorms with a rotating updraft at their core when conditions are favorable. You guys, this is what it looks like right here on the radar. If you ever see this on your radar, then that's a supercell, and that means the conditions are right to form a tornado. It also means that you really need to be thinking about seeking shelter immediately. And this is what it looks like up in the sky. So if you're not looking at the radar and you're looking at the sky, this is what you need to be leery of, because that is something that could form up and become very dangerous very quickly. The updraft can grow into a vortex or spinning column of air that tilts, pulling warm, moist air up and cold, dry air down. The warm air causes the vortex to swell with water vapor, creating a funnel cloud. The cool down draft then battles the funnel cloud's upward spiral, focusing the cloud into a smaller area and increasing its speed. When the funnel cloud bridges the ground, then it becomes a tornado. Some of you may not understand exactly what I just said right there, but think about it like in the science fair project. That just sits there, becomes smaller and smaller. Think about it like in the science fair whenever the tornado's in a bottle, because that's what everybody always did. That small area, whenever you take a bottle and you tape them together and then it goes down in between, it picks up that tornado like speed because you're shaking it like that. Forms the exact same way because it funnels down into a smaller area and it just keeps getting tighter and tighter. And in that tight area, that's where they really form, and they gain a lot of power because it's forcing so much pressure through such a small space at that point. So then it's starting to come down. Tornadoes are a spectacle to behold. I've seen some. I was on my way down to Mississippi one time and actually was driving right next to about 3 of them on the ground. Tornadoes can be highly unpredictable, and they can take out a house here and then jump up the road about 10 blocks and take out something there. They are extremely weird. We know how they form, but we don't know why they form. There's actually very little known about tornadoes even after all these years of studying. And again, they're highly unpredictable, so trying to get people to safety is always the number one concern whenever it comes to tornadoes forming, especially if you live in Tornado Alley, which I used to live in Tornado Alley. And I can tell you, I was never hit by a tornado. We weren't. But there were some people close to us that actually got hit by tornadoes, and it was extremely, it can be scary out there at times. I don't care who you are. The weather is unpredictable, and it can cause mass destruction. Like an EF5 tornado, this is what one looks like right here, and they can, at that point, they're tearing up grass, they're ripping concrete out of the ground, they're doing everything. The destruction path is a mile wide. It is just utter chaos. Think about a hurricane, but a more focused energy that is just going straight at whatever. And it's taken, guys, whenever the Joplin tornado happened, it carried off an entire Walmart. The entire building was just picked up and carried off and shredded. Those wind speeds can put a feather through a car door. That's how deadly it is with those wind speeds out there. And the wind speeds can be from 65 to over 300 miles an hour depending on the tornado's strength. These are all things to consider, guys. And for those of you who wouldn't see the movie Twisters and are thinking about getting into storm chasing, make sure that you do it the right way. Make sure that you do it safely. And at first, keep your distance so you're not approaching too close. It's okay to admire tornadoes at a distance because they can be very mesmerizing, as I know. But also know when it's time to haul the other way and get out of there, because you don't want to be caught. Like, that seems to be a common theme in the Twisters movies, is that you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's not some place that you want to be whenever tornadoes are around. Hopefully you guys learned something in today's video about how tornadoes are formed. I know that was kind of fast and everything about how I talked through it, but The process sounds more complicated than what it really is. That's the reason I compared it to the science fair project. Really the best way that pressure builds, it funnels down, and that's pretty much all there is to it. But we don't know why they form the way they do or why they form where they do. The conditions just have to be right, and they're highly unpredictable even if you're watching the radar. So make sure that you're prepared. I've seen weather roll in out of the blue. It'd be perfectly blue, clear sky, and then 5 minutes later, just hail and severe storms everywhere. And hail does accompany tornadoes. So if you're ever driving and you see baseball-sized hail and it looks like a tornado, it probably is a tornado. So be sure that you seek safety immediately. God bless each and every one of you. I'm Jared with General Exploration and Discovery. Subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Thank you for watching General Exploration and Discovery.